Hey you guys, it's Rachel here with Senza Tempo Cane Corso. I'm out here with my dogs. They've decided to take a branch from my brush pile and start chasing each other. And that's been entertainment. So I thought I would include you guys in on that entertainment. I was out here taking pictures originally, but they weren't really cooperating anyway, and we haven't really had the best lighting lately. It's been very like overcast, and because I have this huge, I'll show you this huge lens that I work with, but so that I can get pardon me, hold on, I gotta pause. Okay, sorry, I had to put the lens cover on. So because to get the best pictures of my dogs, they need to kind of be like out away from me, and then I zoom in and I get good shots, but that means that I don't get the benefit of flash, so I have to have, decent lighting, and we just haven't had that lately. So you can see it's just overcast and just very gray. So so we got Smurf and looks like Freya horsing around. I brought Smurf back out. Had to put Roxy away because Roxy is in heat. So I've been doing this thing where basically, like, as long as a dog is not in heat, they can be in the house. And all of these dogs that come out here are in my house. Well, really, all of my dogs are in my house, but these guys are the ones that are like in my office, which is like it's like what probably was a formal dining room of my house. And I call it the dog room. But anyway, and then the other dogs, when they go out, they go in the backyard, which is completely fenced. And I do that because the males were destroying all of my plants. Everything I was planting, they were peeing on and killing. So I had to have a separate area for them to go to the bathroom in. And so now just anybody that's in heat, any of the males, they go, hey, get out of it. They go in the back. And then anybody that's not like potty trained to be like in the house, they also go in the back. So if I can't trust you not to poop and pee in the kennel, and that's typically why I don't have too young of dogs out here. So I've had Preacher out here, but even him I put in the back for a little bit, and not because he's not potty trained, but actually because he needs to be humbled a little bit. I don't want to spoil him into thinking that because he already has a higher than thou complex, and what I don't want is for him to be a spoiled jerk. If I'm being, there we go, good boy Gabriel, you get her, boy, get her, Gabriel, get her, good boy Gabriel. I saw you turn on the speed. I didn't know you had it in you, boy. Get her. You get her, good boy. You get them legs. You get her. I've got Memphis out here. Memphis. Sweet baby boy. Had to tape his ear again. I'm probably going to have to tape it some more. He just wants to keep it flopped. He wants to flop it in, and he's just too pretty of a dog. I cannot let it happen. I got to work with it. Because ideally, he will be out in shows. Oh, Nirvana. Valkyrie's getting it. She's in trouble. I feel like this is the longest that Valkyrie has ever sat still. Oh, what's going on over here? Oh, that's Freya. Freya's ticked off. Look, she's trying to get onto Gabriel, and look, Smurf is stopping her. Look at that. She's like, come on, cut it out. Freya's pissed. Look at her. She still hasn't let it go. Look at her. She's smelling him. She's like, who do you think you are? Good girl, Smurf. Good girl. Good girl being the peacekeeper. Yeah, sweet baby girl. Hello, Valkyrie. Hello. Hi. Did you get in trouble? Dude, Valkyrie is huge. Both these dogs. In fact, all of these three that I've got, Gabriel, Memphis, and Valkyrie, and her sister, they're all really big dogs. But they're built just, really fantastic. Look. Let's see what happens here. Look. Yep. Freya started to feel herself too much. I had a feeling that she was about to get in trouble. So basically, as the alpha of this group, Gabriel, get away from my camera. As the alpha of this group, she's not going to allow another dog to really go out of their way to just start putting everybody down and really just start, when they start pushing their weight around too much, and, she's like, she's like the hall monitor. She sits, she watches everything. It's honestly very similar to like a silverback gorilla too. That's what they do. Oi! Memphis, did you do it, boy? And they just sit and they watch. And then when things start to get too rowdy, and what I would say is when the stability of the group is put into jeopardy, that's how I see it. Then that's when a correction is made. Because ultimately, if one dog is allowed to kind of get to feel like they're really somebody, and maybe they're starting to really think that they're dominant, and then they start to push their weight around too much for who they are, so then the other dogs want to like fight them back, and it starts to become this issue that does threaten the stability of the group. Because when there's a transfer of power, then there is going to be some instability from that. And so her job ultimately is to maintain her position and maintain the stability of the group by monitoring the energy level, the play, the corrections, all that stuff. Valkyrie, no, leave my camera alone, woman. Don't you do it. She's so big, dude. 7 months old. I can't believe that. What are you doing? What are you doing? Mouth bite. Mouth bite. Mouth bite. What's up, Gabriel? Sweet boy. Sweetums. Sweetums. Boo, 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 boo. Boo, 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 boo. He's so funny. Nirvana, what you got? You happy? You got a stick? See, and now that everyone has calmed down, she can calm down. She can sit here and she can eat a stick and relax because everybody else has relaxed. And ultimately, she likes it when everyone is calm, when everyone is at, switch, out. She likes it when everyone is calm, when everyone is respecting each other and behaving themselves. That's when she is going to be able to be calm herself. That's when she's going to be happy. She doesn't care if you're enjoying yourself or not. She wants to enjoy herself. And she's just not going to allow anything or anyone to get in between her and her job. So if you wonder why she gets on to certain dogs, well, that's why. And anybody that starts to get a little too loud, starts to get a little too, fresh, thinking they're going to tell everybody else what to do and they're going to be the one handing out all this discipline, you are bound to be disciplined unless you have that position. So for example, if Nirvana was getting onto a dog, Blondie might walk up, but most likely she's going to let it do its thing so long as Nirvana is in the right, so long as she's not abusing her power. And it would be the same thing with Velocity. Oi, switch. It would be the same thing. All three of them have a very similar position in the pack, and they very much respect each other's position, because once you're high enough in the group, for the most part, they don't really go out of their way to correct each other. It's really just, it's like how, you know, with your parents, like your parents have to be like a united, you know what I mean, front. Like they're never gonna check each other in front. Well, they, you know, obviously not every family dynamic is like that, but, you know, it has often been theorized that the ideal situation is one where you have a united front, and where, like, let's say, for example, that maybe you disagree with something that your husband did, you wouldn't question him in front of the children. You would display this united front, and then maybe later between the two of you quietly. And it's just so that you don't undermine each other. And the dogs are very similar in that way. Get out of there. Gabriel, out! We're not going in there. Absolutely not. And so anyway, so they don't want to undermine, these top dogs don't want to undermine each other. Oh, here we go. So what I think is funny is that Smurf, her father is Batista, and she often gets into trouble for running around and stirring everybody up and getting everybody's energy too high, which is exactly what her father would do. And he would use it. Really? Switch? Valkyrie, get out of there. Why are y'all digging over here? You can always count on Corso to dig some useless hole that does nothing but collect water and become disgusting, and then they will play in it. Switch! No! Oi! Don't you do that. Shh! Come on, Switch, get over here. Anyway, well, I got Jolene out here, but I got to get her back in there because her baby is inside. So, got to get her, boo, 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 boo. Got to get her back with her child, so, her little singleton. I haven't put him on video yet because, truth be told, I just want to wait for him to get a little bit older before I, you know, just so that I know that everything is going to be okay. I don't want for him to be on there and then something happen and people be sad. At this point, there's nothing that I can point to say there's anything wrong with him. But he definitely is not a glutton for food like most of the singletons that I've seen. A lot of times they'll eat so much food that they'll give themselves scours, which is basically a kind of a upset tummy from eating too much. And he just kind of, he's not too skinny, but he's just not, he's, you know. So we'll see what happens. I will say both parents have always been, Habibi and her have always been like, they don't overeat. They're the kind of dogs that you could absolutely free feed and they would never be too fat. But that's a rare trait in Corso. So maybe that's just what he is. He's just like, you know, his grandfather Batista. He likes to keep a trim waist. Batista's always been like that. I've never been able to put weight on him at any time. Habibi is very similar. He's not trying to be overweight. Smurf is like that. So, you know, we'll see. They have great orthopedics though, for that reason. I will say that. But anyway, I will talk to y'all later. Bye.